If you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner who wants to profitably scale from anywhere to 6 to even up to 7 figures a month without making all the classic mistakes that I've personally made, and I know so many others have made, that will keep you stuck for years and losing hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars of profit or unrealized revenue in the process, I want to walk you through our exact fully done for you offer where me and my backend operations partner will work directly inside the trenches of your business to operate our already proven system that has scaled multiple offers to $400,000 a month, over $1 million a month, and one from zero to $250,000 a month. And I'm going to walk through all of that in a second, because really, why would you want me and my partner to work directly inside the trenches of your business? Well, just for some additional context and proof of previous results, I was the front end operator on this Realty Gen deal where we spent $350,000 on paid ads in this one ad account in the period of about a year, and turned that into $4.2 million in cash collected. It was $1.4 million in 2024, $2.8 million in 2025. We peaked around $400,000 a month. That's about March of 2025. And I was the one that was making all the ads, making all the marketing systems, the back-end marketing systems, the back-end organic content consumption strategy, repurposing testimonials, making all the different variations and ads, designing the offer and everything on the front end that's required to generate $4.2 million from $350,000 in paid advertising spend. So at a high level, I would be the one running the front end of your offer, marketing, advertising, making new ads for you. I have a full video editing team. You can see here we used, actors and actresses. We used testimonials. You had myself in ads. We had female actresses in ads, and we made hundreds and hundreds of ad variations throughout this process to scale profitably. Spending $20,000 to $40,000 a month on ads, which we found really good sweet spot around $20,000 to $30,000 a month on ads to just keep growing the company because we're selling a recurring offer. So I'd be the one working in the trenches with you on the front end to grow the offer, getting our cost per acquisition where it wants to be, and just acquiring clients profitably. On the back end, you'd have Diego working inside the back end of your business to help assist in the client retention and ascension process. So everything from onboarding to adding upsells, resells, the client fulfillment process. If you have video trainings, if you have a coaching program, if you have a group program, a one-to-one program, how do you actually track all of that? How do you actually make this into a system? So Diego was the backend operator for Nick's Video Business Academy and got it to 0 to 250K per month in about 5 months. And you can see his whole thing, Diego, is installing performance-based fulfillment systems directly into your offer that gets clients that win and have tons of success, share their success, and then by having success, actually ascending into continual offers, masterminds, inner circle programs, more one-to-one access. You can see here, there's his profile, 86,000 followers, up to $250,000 a month. We have that video testimonial on this page or on the confirmation page. And Diego has full breakdowns on these. So that's actually on the next page. It's a 19-minute video breakdown on his backend. He calls it a performance-based fulfillment system, breaking down exactly how to profitably scale a online coaching offer where you're getting people paying $13,000, $5,000, $5,000, even downsells at $497, $3,000, $3,000, $7,000, $8,000, $4,000, and using all these different things to get these different upsells and everything that he's engineered. So it's not just being profitable on the front end if you're running a coach, consultant, or agency owner to acquire clients profitably and acquire as many clients as you want. It's also plugging them into a winning performance-based fulfillment system that's going to retain them and ascend them into higher-end offers. For Nick specifically, his client LTV was around $5,000 and was able to get $50,000 lifetime value from some of these customers, where before they were just being able to squeeze out $5,000, maybe a little bit more than that. So it also goes for Ben Kelly's Acquisition Ace Academy. So this guy's got 700,000 followers. There's a testimonial from Diego there, and Diego really got brought in to stabilize the backend and add in additional upsells, resells, redo the classroom, add action-based sections, actually advise on the recordings that need to be done, how to actually increase the client success rates, get, welcome gifts installed. Diego's huge in installing all these systems that not only bring people into your programs and bring people into your offers, but makes them be successful and become raving fans of you so that they're upselling, reselling, they're referring other people, installs referral programs, and additionally just a lot of the in-depth operational stuff that just makes it so difficult to actually get a profitably scaling coaching, consulting, or agency offer where you are getting great client results and you are having people upsell and ascend, and you can actually track where everybody's at, and you understand LTV, and you're able to track everything that's going on the back end of the offer so that you're not just producing revenue and cost per acquisition on the front end. You're not just acquiring clients and getting more PIFs or selling them onto bigger programs, but you're maximizing their LTV on the back end. So maximizing the value per client that is coming into your offers. So that's why you might want me and Diego working on the front end and the back end, maybe separately or together on your offer to help stabilize it and scale it month over month to grow from maybe $20,000 a month to 50 to 80 to 100, 150, 200. And I'll get into the exact components of the offer in a second, because I do have a breakdown. After you book a call with us, I actually break down our full growth desk offer here, like in extreme detail. I go through everything. Just at a high level, I would be coming on the front end of your offer, analyzing your offer ladder, helping you with financial modeling and building out additional ads, marketing, advertising system that's going to increase your show rate, increase your close rate, get your cost per call down, your cost per acquisition down, and be able to profitably scale from there, depending on how far you want to go on the front end. Diego would be coming in on the back end to install his performance-based fulfillment system into your business. So we both have our systems we would install into your business typically within 30 to 60 days. And then from there, we stay on as a long-term growth partner. Typically, the way that works is a base plus around a 5 to 15% net rev share on what we are bringing in. So, from the back sells and the front end system that we bring into the business, the additional revenue we're bringing into your business, it's about a 5 to 15% rev share. And, like I said, I go into a bunch more detail on what I'm actually going to be doing on the front end to help you acquire as many dream clients as you'd like profitably and reliably. So you don't have to worry about all of this stuff. But just at a high level, paid ads and content engine. So I'd be personally writing your ads, your VSLs, helping you build your remarketing assets, your sales assets, your trust assets, organic content as well. So kind of consulting on that full front end engine that's going to get our cost per acquisition down. And more importantly, we're bringing in the right types of clients into this offer. I'm also going to be working on the funnels and back-end optimization. So actually building out, if you're running DM funnels or VSL funnels or a webinar or a monthly webinar that sweeps up people from the VSL that didn't close every single month. So there's a lot of strategies where I'm actually going to be designing the landing pages, the copywriting. I'm going to be rebuilding those funnels. On the back end and the CRM, all of the sequences to maximize our show rates and close rates, like our welcome indoctrination sequences, our new lead sales sequences, our new appointment show rate sequences, our no show flow, advanced API pixel conditioning, optimizing your email deliverability, plus optionally installing Send Blue SMS, but really just stabilizing that entire front end engine. The last thing that I'm involved in personally is fractional sales ops. So I'm not going to be, fully managing the setters and closers, but I am going to be meeting with, if that's you or you have a sales manager, I will be meeting with them. We do have a big software stack that, we, from spending, $350K on ads and $4.2 million in revenue, we tested all types of software on the front end, all types of setter closer frameworks, all types of strategies. And so we're able to dial that in and kind of cross-reference what you're currently doing with what we would need to layer on to be successful from all the different softwares that we've tried. Because, we did get pretty far with just Go High Level and the Go High Level stock dialer, but there's a lot of ways to crank up, deliverability, show rates, close rates from, and, me overseeing that software system and just making sure everything's running properly. But I would want to be working with the sales team, sales manager, to make sure marketing, advertising, and sales are working together as one department, not separately, because that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make as you're scaling an offer is keeping those guys separate or not collecting articulate feedback from the sales team. So we actually have post-call form systems where every single closer is submitting post-call forms, and then there's end-of-day reports if you haven't already done that. But I would be installing my entire front-end engine here and operating it inside of your business long-term. On the back end, Diego's going to install and operate his performance-based fulfillment engine, which is that clients are going to come in with proper expectations, get results fast, have higher success rates, and then that's going to lead into higher upsell and resell rates. And you see, I drew over that. But what that's going to result in is compounding revenue on the back end and not just the front end. So our acquisition is actually going to get more profitable over time, as on the back end, we're making more and more money off of the clients that are coming in off of the back end. And really, he breaks that into client success systems, client retention systems, and offer ladder and value loop systems. So as clients get more success and faster, they retain. The more they retain and the more success they have, the more they're going to flow into updated offer ladders. So he'll actually update your low ticket offers, your upsell offers, your continuation offers, inner circle offers, partnership deals, masterminds, everything that's required to maximize the LTV out of clients. Kind of just cross-reference that with what you really want to do. So I go into a lot more detail on this on the next page. If you want to see these case studies, exactly how I spent $350,000 and turned it into $4.2 million in cash with paid ads, I break down this entire system in extreme detail, including the financial modeling and how to properly financial model before you start scaling a front end offer. You can also see Diego's 19-minute breakdown on the Video Business Academy, and also his 15-minute breakdown on Ben Kelly, who he's actively operating with currently right now with his performance-based fulfillment system, with a community offer, a coaching offer, like the whole low ticket, high ticket ascension, everything. He's running that back end to make sure that everything's running smoothly, from the school community to the trainings to kind of just engineering everything on the back end to make sure it's all successful. So if you want to hop onto a one-on-one call with me and Diego, you can book it with me or with Diego to consult on the front end or the back end. We like to be fully involved in the offer. That way we can make sure when we're scaling it on the front end, we know that back end isn't going to fall apart, and we actually know that the clients that are coming in are going to get great results, retain, upsell, and we are going to be on that 5 to 15% rev share, which heavily incentivize us to grow this revenue and grow, more importantly, the profit of the business over time by operating these systems. And like I said, I would actually be, I have a video editing team. I'd be writing your ads, editing your ads, running your ad account. I'd be in the CRM, sales operations assistants as well. Diego would be on the back end operating and installing all this. And just as a reminder, we are not scaling this offer. We are just looking to work with a few partners one-to-one, around 10 right now. So we're looking to add about 1 per month until we have a portfolio of partners we feel really good about. Go ahead and click below, book a one-on-one call. You're going to be meeting directly with us, no closers. I just want to get to understand your business, the constraints of your business, and genuinely see if this partnership could even make sense. If we can come into your business and make pull the levers that we need to pull and install the systems we need to install. And just to clarify, it is going to be me and Diego directly working on your offer, not a virtual assistant, not a client success manager, nothing like that. So if you want to hop on a call with us, just click below, fill out the form, book in a call, and we'll talk to you soon.